Sorry, apologies. And of course, Mike, how do? Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. How are we doing? So welcome to London section, Value Flow Trading, top-down analysis, brought to you by Value Flow Trading team and Olufikeji, Ejimi, Adegbeye, our boss. Today's session is powered by your favorite broker, our own favorite broker, Okta, which is formerly known as Okta FX, providing you with the best brokerage service in the industry. Do well to sign up today. Do well to sign up today. So in today's top-down analysis, we'll be doing a recap of how the week end, and then to see potential moves that happen during the week, and also to see what we're looking forward to have next week. So just before we proceed, I will need you to go ahead and share the link to this TDA. Please share the link to this TDA. I want you to take out 1 minute of your time. I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you to please go share the link. The link is already in the chat box. It's already dropped in the chat box. Just use 1 minute of your time, share it on your WhatsApp status, post it on your Instagram stories, share it on groups, different groups you know that you belong to. You get it? Share it to even specific people you know that needs this TDA. I tell you, if you have a trader friend, you have a trader community, or a trader group, you should share it to it. It's something valuable. A lot is happening here, and there's so much value we're giving. So do share it with them. Don't be a gatekeeper. Share it with them. Share it with them. You have less than 30 seconds to go to share this link. It's in the chat box. So do well to share it, please. I'm giving you the next 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Do well to share it. Let's pump the participant section of this group. Let's pump it up. We're currently about 26% on this Zoom call. Let's take it to 70. Let's take it to 100. There's enough room for everybody. Kindly share the link in the chat box. Kindly share the link in the chat box. You have less than 10 seconds to go. Less than 10 seconds to go. Do share the link. Call everybody. Wake them up. Wake them up. You want to make mama proud. You cannot be sleeping. You cannot be sleeping. Do well to join the call. Do well to join the call. Okay. So right about now, we're going into the chart to see what we have. Right? I'll be going through one of the trade call we had. That was yesterday for the TDA group, the TDA Plus group. And by the way, I would like to show something very interesting this morning. We've been shouting that, okay, we give trade call, people are withdrawing trade results. A lot of people, in their their heart of hearts, I think, are these people lying? Are these people trying to, just cajole us or something? I'll be doing something different this morning. I'll be releasing one of our powers. So I'll be doing something different this morning. So you just see, and then just to encourage as many that are out there, to see that, okay, something is happening, and then you love to be part of it. It's quite interesting. We've been giving trade calls, and then we've seen so much results. So this morning I'll be going through. I'll just share the group with you. So you see some of our trade. Let me start with trade calls. You see the trade calls. We've been giving trade calls like back-to-back trade calls, and it has been working so far. 1 minute, please. We've been giving trade calls. Okay. We've been seeing a lot of trade calls happening from the beginning. A lot of trade calls, and then see results. You get. So it is working. It works. There's no hanky-panky here, right? Withdrawal also. This one is your choice. You can choose to. But let me not review people's withdrawal, right? Well, you see trade calls, withdrawals, and then we have a discussion on this section, right? TP2 smash as well. Like, so it's happening, guys. It's happening. You just want to take advantage of this opportunity. You just want to take advantage of this opportunity. The instruction is simple. Abido Shaker. The instruction is simple, right? You will see it in the chat box now. Sign up with our preferred broker using our link. Is in the chat box. Check. Sign up with our preferred broker and then fund at least, say, 500, 200, whatever it is, right? Fund and then ensure you are part of this group. Ensure you're part of the TDA Plus community. A lot is happening there. And it's almost for free because the money you use in signing up is your own. You can choose to, trade it and then after making profit, withdraw out of that profit. Nobody is asking you to bring any percentage of the withdrawal. It's purely your profit. So make do with it. Register, join us when we give trade call. You take the trade call and you make money from the market. You make money from the market as you learn, right? As you learn, because even while we give those trade call, we tend to explain a little here and there about how we came about the trade call, and then you begin to learn with that for free. So we've been shouting, I have money for FX Bootcamp, I have money for Sunshine Scalping. This is another opportunity for you to take advantage of. It's happening, guys. It's happening, and I believe a lot of the traders or members in that group can testify. Of course. As Kelly Ekpa said, I'm a living witness. So exactly. Sarah is asking, can I sign up with $100? Okay, because of you, Sarah, you can go ahead and sign up. Just because of Sarah, right? You can go. There was one of my primary school teacher that was called Sarah. So for that, right? That's just by the way. So you can go ahead and sign up, right? You can go ahead and sign up. Sign up using our link there in the chat box and fund your account. Fund your account, guys. This is happening live and direct. There's no game here. There are no game here. We are, as we say it, we take it. We send trade call, we place the trade, we withdraw. That's the goal. That's the goal. The goal of trading is to withdraw consistently. It's not to come and explain story. It's to withdraw consistently. And that's what we've been seeing in that group. That's what we've been seeing in that group. A lot of people have. The funny thing is how people even take trade on their Okta account and then go ahead to even take that same trade on their, prop account, on other accounts. And it's funny because true, if the trade goes well on Okta, once they are sure it will even go well, they just take it on their prop. And at the end of the day, they end up making profit in two places, right? But just ensure you find every means to be inside this group. It's simple. The link, the instructions are in the chat box. Just do well to follow and then send us, after you depositing in your account, send us a message on Telegram. Within 3 to 5 minutes, somebody is going to respond to you and you'll be added to that group. So let me head straight to the chat. What we saw yesterday, I was looking at NZDJPY. That was yesterday. Quite interesting. Let me go to the NZDJPY. This trade was a very, very interesting one because we're expecting it to have materialized even since yesterday, but then it is what it is. Because this morning we saw it fully materialized. Like always, it's market structure and liquidity. Market structure and liquidity. So what did we see? Like we all know, we want to see a sweep first, right? We want to see a sweep first. Come in, let me edit this. Want to see a sweep first, and then what? This becomes our protected low. The market will not take us out from, right? You can see the magic that happened here. And then this becomes our structural liquidity. And then we enter from, where did we even enter from? Yeah. Use this other block at this OB to enter the market. Interesting. Interesting what price is doing this morning. So what happened? We entered from this place. Our order was already sent. Yeah, somewhere around here. 1:3. I think 1:3. Okay. Has almost gotten there, sir. Just doing some little. We just need a few gandusa to push price to the upside, and then we exit out of the trade. But we've almost achieved our objective. This trade was sent live and direct to the group. Let me give you snippet into that trade call. Where was it? Where was it? Wow, this is it here. It was given live and direct, right? It was given live and direct in that group. So, as I said, find your way to that group. Ensure you follow the instruction and then you're added into the group. So this was the trade call we had yesterday. Market structure and liquidity, same thing every day, same concept every day. And something very interesting happened here. We use one of our powers too to push price up. It almost took us out here, but I knew it's just price waiting for it. Doing its thing, right? Price just went ahead, almost took us out, but didn't. I think 1 or 2 pips, and then reversed. This was because of the other correlated pair, which is AUD-JPY. Let me share something on AUD-JPY. I might no longer take the trade, but then it's worth sharing, right? The same thing happened here. We had these two sent out, but fortunately, only one got activated. We had a sweep here, right? And here became our protected low. And what happened here becomes our structural liquidity. That price is going to sweep out. Interesting thing is that price failed to sweep this guy. Price failed to sweep it out. So, and it's normal, because when it comes to this market, all you can do is to, trade your setup. You don't know which among the setup which will play out, right? In fact, to be sincere, I had high hopes that AUD-JPY is going to push even faster than NZD-JPY. But this is the market. I don't control it. I don't have any way of influencing which one should go faster than which. So AUD-JPY didn't even clear our structural liquidity before it started moving. It didn't even touch it. It didn't touch it. Tapped on this other block here and then started pushing to the upside, which I'm not surprised about. And that was what caused this guy to this guy to behave like this, because as at when price was here, I was like, AUD-JPY is going to tap and then just need to tap and then start running to the upside. But funnily, that didn't happen. So when it comes to the market, sometimes you just have to, take all your shots. You don't know exactly which will move, right? You can't categorically say that, okay, this one is the one that is going to move, this one is not going to move. And funnily, both of them are commodity pairs, right? They're commodity currencies. So New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar. So that's what we saw during we had yesterday, and then we sent it to that group, and those on the group can testify. I can't hear you. Okay. All right, he's back. So those on the group can testify that we gave this trade call, and then before we woke up this morning, it has achieved at least 1:2, and then we're approaching 1:3, which we might want to stay for it to eat, or we can always just go and rest. It's been a very, very wonderful week already, so we can as well just close out and then settle down, look out for next week opportunities in the market. Please drop your questions. If you have your question, please ask your question now. You can start asking your question. Josak said your power no work for AUD-JPY. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. I don't want to be too, you to be arrogant to you release another gandusa on AUD-JPY. So don't worry. Don't worry about that. Please, if you have any other question, you can start asking them in the comment section. And like I said, you want to join this TDA Plus community. A lot is happening there. A lot. So much is happening there. And it's a 3-step process. Just fund your account, with our link, using our IB link, and then we are going to respond to you once you send a screenshot to our Telegram, on which the link is also in the comment section. We are going to respond to you within 3 to 5 minutes. All right, in the absence of no question, my colleague will be coming over to analyze and continue the analysis on other pairs. I think those pairs, Nafisatu said, I think those pairs are correlated pair like GU and EU. Abifam. Yes, that's true. That's true. They are both commodity pair. NZD and AUD, they are both commodity pair. But that's the funny thing about it. Like GU and EU too, sometimes you see GU printing 50, 60, 70 pips, and EU will only do 40 pips. And if you just entered only EU, you'll be pained because you'll be expecting that EU will do the same with GU, but it won't happen. Please, can you review GBP? Can you review GBP AUD? I took a trade on 4th hour with this strategy. GBP AUD. Okay, I'll quickly check that before. Box. Okay. If that's the case, my colleague will come and explain on that strategy. That's if he has time, of course. Right? So thank you so much, and be patient while I took it yesterday. Be patient while we go on a short break so my colleague can come and continue the analysis. Thank you so much for your time.
Hello and good morning, brothers and sisters, mommies and daddies, uncles and aunties. Welcome back to the top-down analysis for today's London session. This is the second part of the London session. Wonderful analysis from Demola Global, and we could see the result of previous trades that has been called both on our TDA Plus group and on on our various other groups. Thank you very much. We have okay, we're going to, those who are asking about GU and the likes, we're going to look at it we're going to look at it right away. Let me check for a few comments that I'll put in mind what's going on. So what of GU? We are going to look at GU now. So in this second session of the top-down analysis, as you all know, is brought to you by your favorite broker, our favorite broker, Okta, formerly known as Okta FX. And in this part, we're going to be looking at Dixie, which is the dollar index. We're going to also look at GBP USD and also Euro USD. But right before we get to it, we just want to take a brief look at the last analysis that we did. We had some analysis on Euro JPY and GBP JPY as at yesterday. So just to take us back a little, we could see how they all played out. You remember these levels that we drew out yesterday? Okay, the levels are still there. We said we're expecting Euro JPY to get to this level and sell off, or this level at the top. You can see how that played out yesterday around sometime around 11 a.m. It got to that level, and you can see the sell-off, the massive sell-off, about 50 to 60 pips. Whoa, it even did beyond that. My own calculation as of yesterday was 50 pips. It went beyond 50 pips and gave all the way to 100 pips yesterday. You can see how powerful that setup would have been for those who took it. For those who did not, you wait for another one to come. All right. Then GBP JPY did something very similar, but it didn't get to our point of interest, so we weren't interested in that trade. All right. So Euro JPY gave us what we needed. So on to today's trade. Let's look at. Okay, Spotters FX is asking where I would have put my stop loss if I had. Okay, for that Euro JPY trade, usually if I'm entering off a mitigation block, I'll put my stop loss at the top of that mitigation block. So somewhere around here, at the top of this block here, this particular block, around 163.067. 163.067 is the stop loss for this kind of trade. And the SL will most likely, sorry, the TP will most likely be this low right here, this double low, because it's the nearest liquidity point that is in sight. The stop loss here, take profit somewhere around here, and that was a good trade. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I just answered your question on Euro JPY. So let's look at the Dixie. So for the Dixie, we are seeing that at the beginning of the week, we said we wanted to see the Dixie give us some decent retracement into any of these levels. At last week, rather, we said we wanted to see the Dixie give us a retracement into this order block right here. We also had a 4-hour order block that we're looking at, but we're not so certain because we did not move the price entirely. So we wanted to see how that the market is going to react off any of those levels, either the daily order block or the 4-hour order block. But from the look of things, price reacted off the 4-hour order block and of the daily order block, and after that we started seeing the resumption in the trend. Hence, the Dixie became bullish afterwards on the hourly time frame, by the way. So we started seeing resumptions of bullish trend on the Dixie on the hourly time frame. So that is what we've been trading with going forward. On the 1-hour time frame, we've seen clear break of structure on the 1-hour time frame, and then on the 4-hour time frame also, we're seeing something that looks like a clear break of structure. So going into next week, starting off from today, going into next week, we are anticipating that on the Dixie, we may begin to see clearer moves to the upside for the Dixie. That is what we're anticipating to see going into today. That is the London session of today, and sorry about that. You see my screen right away. Okay, so I believe you should be able to see my screen in the next few seconds. Yeah, now you should see my screen. All right, so my screen is up now. Sorry about that. So I said on the Dixie, we were already seeing break of structure that was happening somewhere around Monday into Tuesday. Sorry, Monday into Wednesday. We saw that break of structure on the 1-hour time frame, indicating signs of resumption of the uptrend. So we may see that continuing going forward into next week. Remember, on the monthly and the weekly time frame, the Dixie is bullish. So I think it is that bullishness that it is carrying out on the hourly time frame. So going forward into today, we would want to see the Dixie probably retrace into this breaker block that was created right here. Okay, so I would want to see the Dixie possibly retrace into this breaker block before continuing. Okay, so I would want to see it come back into this level like this, come back into this level, and then continue to the upside. If indeed this is the continuation of the uptrend, I want to see it come back into this level and then continue all the way to this high. So this is my anticipation for the Dixie today. So if you are selling currency pairs like if you are selling currency pairs like Euro USD and GBP USD, I think you should be careful, seeing what may possibly happen around here. We may see the Dixie dip into this level and then continue upwards, okay? And then currency pairs like USD JPY, if you are buying, because you can see the chart of USD JPY, it's currently showing signs of strength. If you're seeing that happening, then you should also take caution, as we may see the Dixie dip into this level and then continue further upward. So this is what I'm looking out for on the Dixie. Then for Euro USD, so for Euro USD, I became bullish. My bias became bullish on Euro, bearish on Euro USD as at Wednesday, but I've not been able to get a comfortable place to enter the market from. I keep missing out on my entries. All right, so I'm looking at this breaker block right here on the Euro USD for a sell. Actually, I'm looking at this breaker block, right, and then this other block right above. These are my 2 points of interest for Euro USD sell today. Seeing that Euro USD also has created this liquidity right here, I would want to be part of those that are going to grab that liquidity to the downside all the way to this level. So this is where I'm selling Euro USD to. Okay, so I would want to see price retrace into any of this level, and then I'll be willing to sell Euro USD all the way downwards. This is my target for my Euro USD short. Okay, so if I see clear price action showing me signs of short, I'll be willing to trade the Euro USD all the way to the downside. So this is my outlook on Euro USD short, and from these levels all the way to these levels that I've drawn. Okay, yeah, I hope that is also clear. Then finally for GBP USD, I have mixed sentiment on GBP USD, but I think it's becoming clearer where the market would want to trade to. Currently, from what you're seeing now, you're seeing that GBP USD is now showing signs of weakness. GBP actually showing signs of weakness. And then you can see the original trend that was created. Now there's been a break of the trend. Those of you who usually like and ask us about trend line, you can see your trend line formation that happened somewhere around 3 yesterday. Yeah. Okay, so you see the trend line has been broken, a retest of the trend line, and then GBP USD is slamming down. So for me on the 1 hour time frame, this is what I want to see on GBP USD. I would want to see it retrace. And from where it currently is, it has taken out this high. From where GBP USD currently is, I would want to see how it starts unfolding. Seeing that it has taken out the Asian high, I want to see clear entry signatures to the downside before I take my trade. I want to see clear entry signatures to the downside before I take my trade, because I'm seeing an interesting point of interest right here, which is using the box strategy. There was a sweep, a breakout structure, and the return. You can see it very clearly on the 15 minutes time frame. See the sweep of this high, break of structure downwards, and I'm expecting a possible return. So this is what I want to see on GBP USD. Okay, and then it starts trading downwards. So if it trades all the way to this level, good and fine, I'll be willing to short GBP USD from here. Okay, so this is my first outlook. The second would have been this breaker block and this other block right here. They are confluencing almost at the same place right here. But then using premium and discount, that is not enough discount for price to start enough. That's not premium enough for price to start selling from. All right, so I want to sell at premium, and the only point of interest in my premium is around 78.6, coinciding with this other block and this left shoulder right here. So for GBP USD, I'm not interested in the sell from here because it looks too, it doesn't look like something that will gather enough momentum to the downside. So I would want to see it retrace all the way up here, and then I'll sell off. If it doesn't do so, I'll just sit on my hands, because this is, for me, on GBP USD, this is an A setup, this is a C setup. The one below is a C setup. The one above is an A setup. If you're asking me what A setup and B setup means, if I explain it, I'm not doing the FX Bootcamp students a favor, because these are the things they pay us to teach them. All right. So I would want to see GBP USD sell off from around 1.26700 levels. All right. So that would be what I will be looking out for on GBP USD. I hope you're able to understand this analysis that has been played out. This time we're going to start taking questions and of course commentary from our boss. And while we do that, let me just look at a few comments on the chat box. Someone says, what about GU? We've analyzed GU. I hope your question has been answered. Someone says, good morning, Daddy. I know it's not me. Let me dodge. I know I'm not the one you're calling Daddy. So good morning, Mr. Moyo. All right. Kelly Ekpa says, love you guys. You guys have reshaped the way I look at the market with peace. That the peace one is one that's touching me. I should just say with peace. I just felt like I drank chilled cold water. And then patience, and then consistency. Thank you very much for your kind review or for your kind feedback, Mr. Kelly. We appreciate. Because of this, your kind feedback, I'm tempted to look at GBP AUD on your behalf. So I'll look at that maybe before we round off the TDA. Jesus. Good morning, sir. I don't know what to say.
Good morning, Daddy. Demola, thank you for your signal. Oh. Thank you for your signal. And CJ, great job. So any question from anyone? I like the fact that Kelly, I like your comment, not just because it's kind feedback for us and we're grateful, it encourages us, but because you are starting to understand what this whole Forex thing is about. What we mean by that is you're starting to separate the hype from the reality on ground. You are starting to see how you can plan and be a bit consistent around it as long as you manage your risk. You're starting to see how these things show up day in, day out, or week in, week out, or month in, month out. So it gives you the confidence to pursue it. So that's really great for us. With regard to what we said yesterday, what I said about JPY pairs, I said that I was expecting to see the yen. Let's see if we can see yen basket or yen index. Although it's like you've already done that analysis. But let's just see from yesterday. Yesterday, I was saying I expect to see, where's yesterday? Who can remember what I said yesterday about the yen and the effect it should have on yen pairs? Effect it should have on yen pairs. If nobody remembers, then we'll just leave it at that. But if someone remembers, we'll take that analysis. I said I was expecting the yen to buy a bit, which will cause the yen pairs to sell off. That was yesterday. I remember saying that, and I said I was waiting for the correlated asset classes. I mentioned yen bond, the correlated asset classes to also confirm that the yen would appreciate a bit versus other pairs. So like I always say, there will be times when the market is very predictable. There will be times when the market is not very predictable. I also mentioned something about cross pairs. That was 2-3 days ago. Cross pairs. Who can remember what I said about cross pairs when I did my analysis on the dollar? Let's see FinViz. I used FinViz to do currency strength analysis. And I mentioned something about cross pairs. Who can remember? If nobody remembers, then let me say something. Every time we do our TDA, see my journal. Every time we do our TDA, see my journal here, I write. Look at, you see, I write every time I do TDA. Where is my camera? I write. I don't know if you can see the name here. I wrote Abby, A-B-B-Y, Abby. That's Abigail's session 2 days ago. Demola Zone 2, I write. If you are coming for this session and you are not writing in your journal and taking points, notes down, you will not know if you are making progress. When somebody says something that maybe I have ignored, or somebody says something I've never heard before, or somebody says something that I've heard before, but I've never used it to make money, and I saw the person use it to make money, I write it down immediately to observe it and to come back for the next TDA and see how it played out. So this is how you fine-tune your strategy. You are coming for TDA, you are not writing down, you are wasting your time. There is nobody you see that is trading on value flow trading floor that doesn't understand how. No, cross pairs are not JPY, Euro, GBP. Cross pairs are pairs that don't have dollar in it. Cross pair, when they say pair, it has to be paired, Kelly. A single currency can be a pair. So there are three types of currencies. I'm digressing. We have G7 currencies. G7 currencies are currencies, the majors that are paired versus the dollar. The majors paired versus the dollar. GU, EU, AU, NU, UCAD, UCH, CHF, and I think there are 7 of them, G7 currencies. Then you now have cross pairs. Cross pairs are all those currencies, the majors, paired versus themselves. So GBP AUD cross pair, Euro JPY cross pair, GBP NZD cross pair. Any pair that doesn't have dollar in it, that is very liquid, that is the major pairs, the major continents and major country pairs. Then we now have what we call exotics. Exotics are currency pairs that are not very liquid. So when you have things like US dollar Mexican peso, or USD TRY, US dollar Turkish lira, or USD NOK, USD Norwegian krone, and exotics have very high spread, like USD ZAR, South African rand. When you trade exotic, before price will enter profit, the spread can be like 20 pips, 30 pips. Price will move like 100 pips before you will see small profit. But when it moves, it moves. So USD Russian ruble, USD RUB, those are exotic. So those are the 3 types of pairs: majors, crosses, exotics. Somebody should write that down. USD NGN is not an exotic. USD NGN is an ancient, antique. Is a town hall, different. It doesn't have liquidity. All right. So when you have first world nations versus dollar, those are majors. First world nations versus themselves, those are majors. Second world versus the dollar, those are exotics. Third world versus the dollar, I don't know what they are. All right. See, let me tell you guys, if you study history, when Nigeria was Nigeria, our pair was exotic in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 60s. They didn't used to joke with Nigerian Naira. It's just that bad leadership and years of corruption and the development of other nations. Other nations started developing and Nigeria didn't develop. So back to what I was saying. Get a journal, a trading journal, and write. A trading journal and write so that you can make progress. So back to our chart on FinVis. You can see that dollar is in the middle. Dollar is in the middle. Do you see why crosses are making sense? Why are crosses making sense? Because the weakest currencies and the strongest currencies don't have dollar anywhere. Let's check it on the weekly. So crosses are still in view. Let's check it on the weekly. And let's see, you will see the best performing pairs to have traded this week. All right, same thing, NZD, AUD, CHF card. So we saw today that this week, dollar was a bit strong, right? So this can give you an idea of what may likely happen next week. What may likely happen next week is USD may move all the way to the left. And if it moves all the way to the left, then that means next week will be a buy dollar, sell. It just moved. Interesting. As I was talking, it moved. So this tells us what has happened this week and tells us the prevalent trade. No, it's not a wild thing. It's not a wild thing. It's just coincidence. All right? It's not wild. So don't say all this. See, any analysis that doesn't result in withdrawal, forget about it. So this is now showing us what may likely happen next week. All right? Next week. Okay? Then you can also check month to date. MTD means month to date. MTD is not our address or in value flow trading flow. MTD there means month to date. Q means quarter. HY means half year. Y means year. YTD means year to date. When it checks M, it will just look at the last 30 days. When it checks month to date, it will start from the first day of the month. So this month to date now is only today. There's only one candle in this month to date. If we shift it to month, it will look at the last 30 days. All right? All right. So I hope I've shown people how to use this. Let's check our futures. Futures, not the Forex now, the futures beside the Forex. And see what everything is doing versus the dollar. I use this for fundamentals. If I want to understand what's moving the market. All right, so scroll up. Scroll up. You see dollar is also in the middle, minus 0.01. Do you see where dollar is? Minus 0.01. So dollar is not dominating in that sense of the word. It's not dominating, but every other thing is buying. Every other thing is buying versus dollar. You can see Canadian dollar, 10-year note, all of them. It just gives you an idea of what is happening. What's the strongest asset class today in the market? We scroll up. Nikkei, Japanese yen, followed by coffee, followed by cocoa. All right. So this is the entire scope of what is trading. Now, imagine that dollar now was way at the bottom. That means everything is buying versus the dollar. If dollar is way at the top, that means everything is selling versus the dollar. All right. So this is just my comment for today. It's the first of the month. Okay. Is there non-farm payroll today? No. It's next week, Abi?
Next week Friday.
It's next week Friday. So place your withdrawals. You still have month-end effect. Today is a Friday. So if you made money, place your withdrawals and close and just wait till next week. Over to you guys back at the floor. I think I'm done here. All the best. Cheers. God, please invite people. Invite people. If you know anybody that has ever traded, invite them. All right. Over to you, CJ. Thank you so much. Cheers. God bless.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful and valuable commentary as always. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Mr. Kelly, just to take us back a little, you made and you requested for an analysis on GBP-AUD. I can't really see what you are seeing. You said you used the strategy. I want to know which one in particular. Okay, and then on what time frame? 4 hours. Okay, on 4-hour time frame. If you're talking about the box strategy, I'm seeing something that looks like it's not as perfect as we usually want it. If you're talking about the box strategy, please also signify. Looking at the box strategy, this would have been where our perfect entry would have been, somewhere around here. Also, that price went beyond it, traded into the other block. Okay, yesterday. Okay, so this is Thursday. Okay, so what price did in this regard was that it traded into the order block instead of to the left shoulder. Okay, so you can see that here, traded into that order block and then started trading off it. All right, so it's not actually the box strategy as perfect as we usually want to see it, but instead it traded into the order block and then started trading off. So we're expecting that for GBP AUD, it's going to trade all the way to this downside and grab all this liquidity residing around this level and below it. Okay, so I still expect sell-off of GBP AUD. All right, so I hope that answers your question. So thank you very much, every other person, for the person that is requesting for gold. Now, the thing is that for every TDA that we do, there is allocated slots for currency pairs that are going to be analyzed. So for today, we are not looking at gold. Gold is not part of the things that we are looking at today, so that we're able to utilize the short time we have so that everyone can go back to their normal daily activity. But be rest assured, on Monday morning, we are going to look at gold. We promise you that, all right? I think that question came from Nick. I promise you, on Monday, we're going to look at gold. So please bear with us. We're trying to make sure this TDA is as brief as possible and as valuable as possible. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time today. We really, really appreciate. And then, so you know, all the analysis we are doing right here, all the analysis we are doing right here, we have an exclusive group where we share our specific entries and exit points. As you can see, even before I came up, the analysis by Demola, it showed you all the specific entries and exit points, just as we are dropping them on that premium group, that exclusive group. So if you want to be a part of that exclusive group, it's totally free. It's completely free. All we want you to do is to sign up with our preferred broker using the link in the chat box. And once you've done that, you fund your account with minimum of $500 all the way to $20,000. All right. Once you funded your account, send us a screenshot that you funded your account, and we'll get added to the group within 3 minutes. All right. And we hope you join us in withdrawing next Friday. For those of you who are on the group already, you know what Friday means. It's time to start making withdrawal. Latest by 5 p.m. you should have been done with all your trades and you start making good withdrawals so that we'll see the benefits or the dividends of our labor this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining this TDA. And so you know, we also have an offer available for you today, the FX Bootcamp course, which teaches you all the strategies we are using, whether it's the liquidity strategy, the box strategy, the all-weather strategy, all the strategies we are using to analyze the market for you. In the FX Bootcamp, we're going to teach you how to analyze. It's a 5-day bootcamp, and by the end of the 5-day bootcamp, you should be able to analyze the market on your own. And beyond that, we're also going to be guiding you on how to do that. We're going to be taking care of your questions. Every week, we host what we call the Student Traders Forum, where we answer all your specific questions in a video chat like this, and then we put you through. And beyond that, you also get access to some other offers that we have. All right, so if you're not a part of the FX Bootcamp, do well to get signed up today. And I promise you, within a week, you're going to watch how we're going to turn your trading experience in terms of knowledge and value around. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining today's TDA. We hope to see you in the next TDA by 3 p.m., which is the New York TDA. Until then, we wish you good luck and good trading. Cheers and God bless, guys.